everybody. This is Carolyn from Homesteading Family, and we have had a lot of requests for a kitchen tour around our place. So I just took a break in our really busy Saturday here to show you guys around our kitchen. So I've got to give you a warning. This is a busy working Saturday. We've already been to the farmer's market. We're making our first round of yogurt for the year. Right now, our cow just freshened, so we're back in milk. So you can see some milk over there warming up for a round of yogurt. We've got pizza for pizza night in the works. So we've got the dough. You can see some of our mozzarella, actually the very last of our homemade mozzarella over there in the blue bowl defrosting. Very last from last year, so we timed it just right. We're ready to start making new mozzarella this week. And let's see, we're making fermented dandelion green kimchi and pickling some eggs. We've got a lot of projects going on, not to mention all the garden projects outside. So there are even dirty dishes in my sink. I'm giving you a tour, just like if you were a guest and you walked into my home, I probably wouldn't have the kitchen perfectly clean, because we can get dirty dishes generated here so quickly when we're working and doing stuff. So this is just like you're coming into my house for a cup of coffee. So come on in. I'll start back here so you guys can all see what's going on in the kitchen. And here's the area you guys don't usually get to see. We have one of our favorite spots in the kitchen is our espresso maker. Josh roasts all of our coffee. We buy green coffee, and so we have really, really good espressos every morning, and we really like that. Of course, a lovely view out from my kitchen window out into my kitchen garden. You can see not much out there, a few little bits of greens coming up in one of the kitchen beds there, and then my culinary herb bed is right out there, and I get to look out at the chickens right now. They're out working in the main crop garden where we'll have a lot of our bigger crops, and a beautiful lavender bed and herb bed out there. So that is a lot of fun. I love getting to look out on everything going on outside, right outside my window. It's a great spot. So let's see, over here we've got the stove. You can see a lot of projects going on there. And there's cast iron all over this kitchen. It's hanging up here. You can see the pot holder, all sorts of stuff going on up there. This is the kombucha and the drink bar. So this is where we keep our water cups, but we also have kombucha on tap so that anybody can come and have a cup of kombucha whenever they want. Well, come on around here. And I know everybody's dying to know about the jars. I'll get to that in just a moment. So we've got kind of just storage for recipes and teapots and rolling pins and serving utensils and all sorts of other things there. Now down here underneath the curtain we have, oh, I didn't even look before I started filming, so hopefully it's tidy. Okay, so we have bowls and cooking utensils like that, and then we have buckets. We have a lot of bucket storage down low because we buy all of our grains bulk and anything else that we can, like sugars and stuff like that. But I also have a rag bucket down there where we keep all of our kitchen rags. We don't use paper towels. I got rid of them years ago, and I just don't like to use things that I have to throw away, and I really don't like to buy things that I'm just gonna throw away. So we got rid of those, and I just have a big bucket filled with all sorts of rags. We also have our pig or chicken bucket, so all of our kitchen scraps just get thrown in a 5-gallon bucket right there under the counter. Okay, now I know you guys are waiting for an explanation of the jars. Okay, when we moved in here, there was practically no storage. There was very little counter space, and there was very little workspace, and we cook 3 meals a day from scratch around here most of the time, not to mention all of the food processing. So we needed storage space, and we needed it fast. So Josh, who's just amazing with wood, just went out and found the scraps that were laying around on the property, cleaned them up a little bit, and just made me these cabinets really fast to be able to just store some quick stuff. So we have now a lot more storage built in the back. So this area now doubles as food storage and my decoration. So I keep a lot of the prettier looking jars out here, a lot of the fruit jams, A lot of the things that we just love to look at, they add so much pretty color. There's some pickles down there. Let's see, we've got apricot jam, pluot jam, cherry jam, lots of raspberry jam. Oh, we've got some, oh look, there's a rhubarb barbecue sauce. We've got pickles and green beans, apple pie filling. We're getting kind of low on the cherry pie filling over here. But you know what? It's almost cherry season, so it's good we're getting low. We try to use this stuff up. We've got some dilly beans way up there. A lot of people ask about this. This is a combination of bachelor's buttons and calendula that we use for teas. You know, the bachelor's buttons mostly just because they're pretty, and they make a really pretty blue tea. The calendula we use to help clear lymph. So if we have anybody who's feeling like they have swollen lymph glands, we just go ahead and make a tea of that, and that helps to kind of clear that right out. So we've got some measuring spoons hanging. I've got my nutmeg grater hanging, and then I have my bulk spices. We've gotten a lot of questions about the labels on these. These are blackboard labels. And these then are the chalk pins that I've used to write on them. And you can see they start to rub off if you use the spices enough, and several of them we've had to go ahead and rewrite on. And, you know, let me tell you, it's a lot easier to write on those things and have nice handwriting when they are flat before they are put on the jars. When you have to write on them over the bumpy surface of a jar on the curve, it gets rather challenging, I think. So anyway, so I have the quart size in the front here, and then I have the half-gallon size in the back, and you can see some of our spices there. We have chili powder and cinnamon, dried tomatoes, homemade onion powder, and in the back over there, oh, morel mushrooms. Look at that, jar's almost empty. Don't worry, we have a refill in the back, and it's almost morel season, so hopefully we'll find some good wild morels this spring. So there you have it, guys. If you have any specific questions about what's going on here, I know a lot of people have expressed interest in these shelves. You know, if there's anything else I can answer for you specifically, then please just go ahead and send, you know, add a comment, whatever you want there. I'm trying to show you some of the things we've got back here. And yeah, just ask me what I can answer for you. Oh, people have asked about the lemons. Those are the fermented preserved lemons. They're preserved in salt. They are not canned. They are just a preserved in salt method with a little bit of fermentation. Oh, they are so good with thyme as a reduction sauce, with some chicken broth over roast chicken. We had that actually last night, and oh, I absolutely love it. Delicious and very good. Another question I've gotten up here is, why are my canned goods stored without the rings? You know, that is a great question, and I'm going to try and answer it really quickly for you guys. Storing things that have been sealed by either water bath canning or by pressure canning and storing them with the rings on is actually dangerous. If you read the manual, it will usually tell you to go ahead and loosen the rings, wipe down the jars without the rings, and either leave the rings off or put them back on loosely. Either of those options are fine. You can see these right here have rings on them that have been put back on just loosely. If you keep the rings tightened down, it can give you a false seal, which means if your jar unseals, you may never know because that ring's gonna push it back down. And I have had jars seal and unseal multiple times, and they are not truly sealed when that happens. They are not safe because they've come unsealed. So the safest way to keep your jars is either with no rings on them at all, or with the rings loosened on them significantly so that they would not reseal. The rubber would not reseal down on the jars, giving you that false seal. So usually you're gonna know, especially with fruit, it's gonna get moldy on the top. It's a, you know, fruit's really not very dangerous. That's why you can water bath can them. So any other questions? I don't know. Okay, well, It's time for me to get back to pickling some eggs and to making some yogurt and rolling out the pizza dough here. So I'm going to call my helpers back in who are out taking a break outside playing in the nice spring weather outside, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye! For more videos like these, sign up at www.homesteadingfamily.com. Also, follow along on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.